Right, part two. Yeah, so it's not a subject I'm going to go into time and time again and boil all soup with it, because it is an intensely personal thing, and it is something that I do still find upsetting. That effectively, I'm having a claw thing, you know. But claw, that's just going back. I'll give myself a slap here. I'm having to try and get, you know, parts of my life back outside of 3D that I used to have. You know, the most desperate thing I want to remember is the birth of my kids. You know, I want to remember that. I'm desperate to remember that again. As I say, these videos come in handy. Now, some of you know I've got an existing health problem with my brain, with a temporal lobe. Now, they're not sure what effect, if any, that has had over it. All I would say is keep an eye on yourself. There's a lot of you out there that are my age, and I would say to the ones that, you know, those that think that I'm Satan incarnate or whatever, let's put that one side for 1 second, right? And just bear in mind, you're not Superman. Neither was I. I thought I was Superman as well, right? We all do. But look after your health. Last thing we need is a repeat of this, do we? But yeah, so it's been an interesting time, as I said, to try and sort things out back to the way they used to be. The decision I made to come out with it next, well, come clean, it sounds terrible, but you know what I mean, it was quite simple. And that was basically just because of the way things were. But yeah, so I always feel a bit of a lunatic talking about this thing. But yeah, so look after your health. Let's say I don't blame anybody but me. I'm the one that pushes. I'm the one that keeps, you know, this drive going. To be honest, I'm not sure whether, if I could remove it, whether I would or not. It's me. Yeah, I drive people crazy, you know, so I don't have an off switch. But try to get my breath back here. So I've been told, stop smoking, stop on the shitty diet, cut down the stress, cut down the caffeine, cut out the fat, the milk, which is what everything else of interest, live on rabbit food. Now, some of that I'll take heed of, other bits I'll completely ignore. Not because I'm some fucking hero, but because a life without enjoyment isn't a life worth living at all. I recorded one of these last week that I didn't upload. It could have came, it was far too morbid, which is why I didn't upload it. But basically what I was saying was, look, sometimes there's things more important, right? You've got to work out what the important things are in your life. Now, I know what the important things are to me, you know, and that's the things I'm aiming towards. Now, I always said that I wouldn't leave 3D until I was goddamn ready, and I'm still not. I'm nowhere near ready to leave yet. Now, if I had obviously had a much worse stroke, all bets are off. You know, as I say, I was incredibly lucky, and I count that as my one and only warning. But yeah, so it made me focus on life, on everything that's going on and has went on, and my life, the kids, the future, people's perception of you. Which is why I could just come to where my granddad used to live. Which is a bit sad as well, because we didn't know he died until 8 months after he'd been cremated. His own daughter wasn't even told, my mother. Which I thought was a bit nasty personally. But you see that house there in the end, that's where he used to live. A strange old man. More than a bit in common with me. Strange sense of humour, and simply loved to wind people up. He, like me, he used to you realise that sometimes in life you need, as well as a private place, you need a public face. And that doesn't mean, you know, a public face where, you know, it's better close up, where as if you're fucking Tom Cruise or somebody. No, it's not what I want about. So I put in these videos and these stories on the live events, I put this crazy Wayne persona on, which is done for one reason. It makes it more interesting. If you had me speaking in a monotone voice or just talking about normal shit, not as interesting as me whinging on and moaning on about stuff and having rants, and well, that's not really me. It's not an exaggerated version of me. It's only me when I'm drunk, effectively. But so I would say, please don't mix that up with who I am, right? That's not me. It's an exaggerated version of me. But and that's one thing that I suppose the stroke made me realise, that people's perceptions weren't what I would like them to be. So I'm going to change them or live with it, basically. Right. About 4 minutes, I'm coming in the outskirts of town now. But try to get done before getting to town. I'm going to have to try and find somewhere to sit down and then go for another walk back home. But yeah, I'm trying to stop smoking. Well, technically I'm cutting down. As well as smoking normal cigarettes, I'm also smoking the electronic cigarettes, which is good. It's also a lot cheaper. So I've realised that if I'm careful, I can get a deal of one of those refills, which is good, right? Because a whole box of 10 is only, what, £3 on the market. And I found menthol ones, so I'm on my way, you know, over the fucking moon, like. But I've got to admit that my psyche is rejecting the whole healthy thing. It's like, for example, like, another thing I've noticed, right, is I'll try my best to eat healthily. It'll drive me crazy. Then I'll go and stop, say, about my mother in concert, and she'll, oh, I'll treat you once this week. Then I'll go, oh, I'll treat you once this week, and then the wife will go, tell you what, we'll have a treat. And before I know it, 3 days that bloody week, I'm eating fat yourself again, which is my fault for saying yes. But yeah, I've got to try and work that fucking out, like. But long story, you know. But I've have to work it out and come out the other side. The only person that saw this is me. Incidentally, that house there was a house I lived in as soon as I was born. Number 9 Victoria Street. A lot of strange stories about that house. It's probably the one true haunted house my parents had ever experienced. Wallpaper used to fall off the walls if you didn't stick it on with nails. Not because of dampness. It used to just evaporate. And you open the paste. Lights used to switch, used to come on and off by themselves. My parents refused to let me sleep in the bedroom upstairs, so I slept downstairs. You know, they all slept downstairs then. Odd, but true. So, oh god, I'm like sweating like bloody bullets. That's why I hate all this jacket. The reason why I don't wear it, right, is all it's really thin. It's like wearing a fucking bin liner. Jesus. It needs to get warmer and warmer. Desperate for something to drink as well. So the idea behind the smoking thing is run it in tandem for a while, right? This will make it cheaper, I'll save some money, but also gets me used to the idea of these things. Then I'll just stop buying cigarettes and go on them for a while and then switch it over. See? Marvellous. That's the idea. So there you go. A bit more of a serious one this time, because we're getting into this as well, the edge of town. And I'll see you all next time. And please, none of this bloody sympathy shite. I don't need it, I don't deserve it, right? It's my own fault. Don't want any of that shit. I'll see you all next time. Oh, by the way, I won't be talking about this again after this, right? That's it.